Stay tuned to Trust Raw Facts. I'm Frank Rano Trust, and today we will cover the controversial topic of Project 2025. This will be a fact-based synopsis. The implications are far-reaching. We will cover most of the policy, if not all. Let's get edified. Project 2025, also known as the 2025 Presidential Transition Project, is a political initiative published by the American conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation, in this form since 2023. Project 2025 is the ninth iteration of the Mandate for Leadership series, published since 1981. The project asserts a controversial interpretation of the unitary executive theory, according to which the entire executive branch is under the complete control of the U.S. President. The way the government has worked since America was founded, the executive branch of the United States government is subject to checks and balances from the other two branches of government, the legislative branch and the judicial branch, the later of which, the judicial branch, can declare laws unconstitutional. The President nominates Supreme Court justices, Court of Appeals judges, and District Court judges, but the Senate confirms these nominations. Congress can also impeach and remove judicial nominees from office. America, be mindful, our judges are political appointees, and so are the Judicial Conduct Commissions, or JCCs. Of course, this is not to imply the JCC is politically appointed, but it is highly likely they are from the same political party. America, it is important to understand the government and its checks and balance systems to glean the full impact of a radically slanted policy. We also want to take a moment to clarify the subtle difference between Project 2025 and Agenda 47. Agenda 47 is the manifesto of the Republican Party President-elect Donald Trump, which details policies that would be implemented upon his election as the 47th President of the United States. Agenda 47 is a collection of formal policy plans of Donald Trump, many of which would rely on executive orders and significantly expanded executive power. In 2023, Trump campaign officials acknowledged the Project 2025 aligned well with Agenda 47. However, Trump repeatedly disclaimed it in 2024, Agenda 47, and Project 2025 share many themes and policies, including expanding presidential power, such as through reissuing Schedule F, cuts to the Department of Education, mass deportations of illegal immigrants, the death penalty for drug dealers, and using the U.S. National Guard in liberal cities with high crime rates or those that are disorderly. Similar to RoboCop, the plans include constructing freedom cities on empty federal land, investing in flying car manufacturing, introducing baby bonuses to encourage a baby boom. Yet it is not clear if minorities are supposed to be part of the baby boom process. Also, it will implement protectionist trade policies and over 40 others. 17 of the policies that Trump says he will implement after being elected would require congressional approval. Some of his plans are legally controversial, such as ending birthright citizenship. And yes, that would mean amending the Constitution. One Agenda 47 proposal would impose the death penalty on drug dealers and human traffickers, as well as placing Mexican cartels on the United States list of foreign terrorist organizations, restrictions on Chinese ownership of infrastructure, and getting out of the Paris Agreement. Trump's plan would give him unitary executive authority. As you can see, Agenda 47 and Project 2025 are somehow very similar, and we will bring you the Facts America. Now let's go over a few more interesting points of Project 2025 and the role the Vice President played in the promotion of that policy. The project aims to promote conservative and right-wing policies to reshape the federal government of the United States and consolidate executive power under Donald Trump once he won the 2024 presidential election. Project 2025 is the ninth iteration of the Mandate for Leadership series, published since 1981. The project asserts a controversial interpretation of the unitary executive theory, according to which the entire executive branch is under the complete control of the U.S. President. It proposes reclassifying tens of thousands of federal civil service workers as political appointees in order to replace them with people loyal to the president. This is why Trump told Joe Rogan that he had to appoint 10,000 new people to his administration as president. Project 2025 will bring back the spoils system, also known as the patronage system. Although Project 2025 cannot legally promote a presidential candidate without endangering its 501c tax-exempt status, many contributors are associated with Trump and his 2024 presidential campaign. The Heritage Foundation employs many people closely aligned with Trump, with members of his 2017 to 21 staff. This is why Trump disavowed knowledge of Project 2025 and may also explain why they both sound so similar. Project 2025 President Kevin Roberts said in response that no one at Project 2025 has hard feelings for Trump because they know he's making a political, tactical decision there. The tactic of rebranding is generally beneficial to business. Critics have dismissed Trump's claims, pointing to the various people close to Trump who helped to draft the project, the many contributors who are expected to be appointed to leadership roles in a future Trump administration, and his endorsement of the Heritage Foundation's plans for his administration in 2022, and the 300 times Trump himself is mentioned in the plans. The Heritage Foundation has published its Mandate for Leadership series since 1981, with updated editions released in parallel with presidential elections. Heritage calls its mandate a policy Bible, claiming that almost two-thirds of its 1981 mandate was attempted by Ronald Reagan, while nearly two-thirds of its 2015 mandate was attempted by Donald Trump. Trumpers were the moral majority of the 80s, who actually were still a minority of Americans at the time. Oh, and what role did J.D. Vance play? Kevin Roberts, the Heritage Foundation's president, wrote a book in 2024 titled Dawn's Early Light, Taking Back Washington to Save America, with a foreword by J.D. Vance, available at Broadside Books. Let's cover the many changes to our bureaucracy that will come to pass if Agenda 47, otherwise known as Project 2025, comes to pass. Trump's Agenda 47 would eliminate the National Weather Service and the NOAA. It proposes criminalizing pornography and imprisoning those who produce it, removing legal protections against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, and terminating diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) programs, while having the DOJ prosecute anti-white racism instead. Project 2025 envisions sweeping changes to economic and social policies and the federal government and its agencies. The plan proposes taking partisan control of the Department of Justice, DOJ, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, also the Department of Commerce, also the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and dismantling the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and abolishing the Department of Education, whose programs would be transferred or terminated. The project seeks to cut Medicare and Medicaid and urges the government to explicitly reject abortion as health care. It seeks to eliminate coverage of emergency contraception and use the Comstock Act to prosecute those who send and receive contraceptives and abortion pills, as it also provides state-to-state surveillance of those offering or seeking service, offers law enforcement implied immunity, and the Supreme Court declared that a president is immune from prosecution when exercising the core powers. The project also seeks to infuse the government and society with conservative Christian values. Critics have characterized the project as an authoritarian, Christian nationalist plan to steer the U.S. toward autocracy. Stay safe and thank you for learning with Trust Raw Facts.